Hello Taurus, this is Adi from tarotforlifecoaching.com. I'm going to do a reading for you for the week starting the 29th of January 2017. It's a reading for Taurus for starting the week January the 29th for Taurus. And let's see where we go. Let's see what the energies are for Taurus, just one more time. So I'm going to use tarot cards in combination with oracle cards. I always like to use oracle cards for the extra depth. There you go. And your overall energy, is for the week is Five of Swords. Now the Five of Swords really indicates that you've been in a bit of a battle and you are quite tired and you are not finished necessarily with the fighting, but there is a little bit of reprieve there, and it's quite usually it's like, you know, you're quite exhausted by then by the Five of Swords. So let's see what the other elements, the other energies in your spread are today, just to see how things fit together. And what card? Angel cards. I'm doing angel cards. Which card would be there for Taurus? There you go. And also a goddess card. And goddess card for the week starting the 29th. Let's see what the energies bring. Goddess card, Taurus, the week starting the 29th of January 2017. One more time. These never want to spring out. They'll take a bit longer, so please bear with me. Let's do that one. Yeah. Okay. Now let's have a look, Taurus, what the week will bring for you. The overall energies. Obviously it's a general reading. It's not necessarily exactly the same for everybody. Okay, so we start with the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords in reverse. And Four of Wands and the Five of Cups. So those are the cards, the tarot cards for you this week. And I can see now why the Five of Swords is there giving you the overall energy, because it looks like you have gone, particularly in the beginning of the week, or are going to, through a little bit of a internal mental fight, you could say. It's the Nine of Swords. Swords are related to thoughts, so you get a lot of what I would say mind attack. You know, it's you starting off with having doubts, having worries, anxieties, maybe just overthinking things, all those things happening as we start the week. It's just a lot happening in your head, I think, Taurus, to start off with. And this is combined with the Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords shows two people who are walking away from each other. They are also tormented really by the negative thoughts, the judgments maybe between each other, just feeling very maybe neglected in your mind, or not understood, and feeling quite lost with that and on your own and a bit lonely. So these initial energies on the week are quite challenging possibly for you, although the Eight of Swords is in reverse, which means that we are moving on from this quite early on in the week. So it's not, I don't feel it's something that will have to last very long, but it feels quite intense. You know, it can be It can be just be like going to work and feel like you've forgotten something, or you feel like under pressure at work, or family. It doesn't, you know, there's this pressure energy there, and feeling a bit on your own and not supported. So that is how we start. But you know, rest assured, the energy is improving during the week a lot, in terms of you at the end of the week, or maybe halfway through, you start to feel like you have overcome a lot of this stress, and you find yourself in an emotional balance again. This is a beautiful card. This is a card that really celebrates and it shows victory and achievement, union. It is a beautiful, beautiful energy. So all this efforts you put in the beginning of the week, and your sense of not being understood, or your sense of having too much on, is definitely going to balance out as you go through that. And then you can, halfway the week or early on in the week, you can start to let that go. And maybe it's got something to do also with your emotions, because we've got the Five of Cups here. And this is an image again of somebody just regretting a lot of the old stuff. The cups, which are full of emotions, the emotional connections. They feel all wrong and everything's wrong, but this person's not moving on from it. But you have this card in the reversed position, so it means that you are actually moving on from this now. And there is this sense, because I don't know if you can see it, but there is an open gap there where you can leave this room. You don't have to sit there and regret things and look at everything that's gone wrong. You can move out, you can move forward, you can leave it all behind you. And this is what you're doing by the end of the week, or the middle or the end of the week. It feels to me like you're making a decision. But this whole process is quite tiring. You know, you're feeling quite exhausted. The inner battle definitely takes a little bit of toll from you. It's not... you will feel a little bit exhausted over the week at some point. I think with this, excuse me. But I feel it's a beautiful, beautiful progression here. But because something is going to be let go of, some resentment, some blame. You're just going to find that balance internally again, and you're going to move on from it. It may well be in relation to a relationship, I feel, because of the emotional connection here that you're moving away from, and this situation with the Eight of Swords, feeling this rejection. I just think like it's either a relationship at work or a relationship at home, where you start to feel more connected again, where you let go of all the old emotional baggage that you have taken with you, and you sort of turn a new leaf. You're leaving it behind, and you make positive choices. You certainly have the opportunity to make positive choices by the end of the week, or halfway the week, where you say, I'm not going to look at the old stuff anymore, even though I feel exhausted. I'm just going to let it be now. I'm going to move on. And then you start to feel totally in balance again, and can celebrate your victory, and feel like you can move forward again. And let's have a look what the angels are saying for you. Self-acceptance. The angels bring you self-acceptance. And so this is again beautiful in this whole process that you're going through. The letting go of inner torment, of turning your back, moving on to the negative thoughts that you may have. So these thoughts may well be about doubts in yourself, doubting yourself in your skill to maybe do your work or to do your job. Sorry, I said that. Or your family. Something to do with being a good mother, or doubting yourself in whatever you're doing and giving yourself a really hard time over it. And it's about accepting yourself as you are. Don't criticize yourself, and let go of maybe emotional baggage that you've had in the past. You don't need it. You can make positive choices now by accepting yourself and by allowing yourself to move forward. Even though you feel tired, you can still feel this process happening, and for you to move forward and leaving the old behind you. And your goddess guidance is sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So that is quite a powerful message. It's not everybody's cup of tea to not everybody is into sacred spaces and candles and everything else, but if you are, then it would be helpful for you to do a ritual of some sort to let go of the past. You don't need to hold on. And it can also be just to recognize in yourself, you know, it's, you could almost say like an internal altar of letting go, of forgiveness, or yeah, I do have a very strong sense of maybe what I would say self-attack, that there's a lot of self-attack on myself, that I'm not good enough, that sort of thing. And if you let that go, and or you can let that go through just allowing yourself to that still place right in the heart of you. You don't have to do an external altar if that's not your thing, but you can do. It's sometimes helpful to do rituals, but sometimes you just need to take a bit of time out and go deep inside your heart and find that still place, which is your inner altar, and that can help you connect with the divinity inside and find that peace and get that guidance from also. But you are definitely moving on with something in your mind and possibly in your heart. So make your mantra, maybe or not mantra, but your focus, the self-acceptance. Don't be critical, and then you will find that you will move on and let things go. Okay, Taurus, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you found this message helpful. And what I will do is I'll try to do weekly readings, but I can't promise it because I am traveling quite a bit and at the moment, so I can't necessarily totally promise it, but I do wish you all the best and have a fantastic week, and I hope to see you next week.